find out what goes on behind the scenes at a comedy club. I'm Barbara Holliday, club owner and booker of Flappers.
And I'm Joshua Snyder, promotions director and comedian.
And
Jew.
Okay, he's adding that now. Don't say that out loud. You might get detained at an airport. Okay.
No, because the son-in-law is Jewish, so I'm safe.
Oh, it's true. Well, I don't know. I'm looking here, and you're on their list.
Damn it.
I put everybody on the list, you understand? It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're, I have 7 countries on this list. It's a good country. They're not great. They send over very bad people. So I just put them on the list. Josh Schneider came on the list only because, I can't believe somebody lost their virginity at 32. That's just something I don't believe, so I don't think he belongs in this country.
That, my friends, is the amazing Flip Schultz.
Oh, my God, thank you.
Doing his impression of Not My President.
Of Not My President either.
Anyway, that was great. Wow, you might have some good work out of this next 4 years.
You know what's funny? I working this past week in Claremont at Flappers, I kind of riffed this whole piece about Trump that surprisingly worked well in Claremont, which is tends to lead a little more to the right side of things.
Yeah, they're conservative.
So it's very nice that my little Trump bit got some good response. They're good people up there. Not great, but good.
Flip Schultz.
Barb Holiday.
I have his amazing. Flip is amazing. I've known Flip for
so long.
I don't want to say how long, but it gets into the 20 maybe, or 16 at least. Between 16 and 20 somewhere.
Yeah. How did the two of you meet?
I think I met you the first time at Craig Shoemaker's radio show.
Oh, that's right.
Officially. I knew you before then.
And I'd heard your name too. And I think we kind of kibitzed a little at the first college APCA, I think that I did.
I was like, kibitzed? Does that mean fight?
Kibitzed.
No,
kibbitz. It means
talk
to know
talking.
each other.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Chitty-chatted.
Chitty-chatted.
That's a Jew way of saying.
It's a Jew way of
Chitty-chatting.
saying chitty-chatting.
Got
Except
it.
Jew, we just put more name.
We did chat at NACA. That's right.
Yeah.
I've been a college agent for 23 years
My
now.
goodness.
Weird.
I know.
So, but I saw you performing, and you were fabulous, and and then I met you at Craig Shoemaker. He had a radio show and a store. A store called
Laughter Heels or
Laughter
something.
Heels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like an actual physical store?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the storefront. Yeah.
In
Pasadena?
Encino.
Encino.
Kind
Encino.
of way. It was on Ventura Boulevard.
Oh.
He still has a corporation called a nonprofit called Laughter Heels, and does a lot of fundraising and stuff like that for,
wonderful
causes.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful cause. But the store was an interesting concept. I mean, it was before all our new media stuff, so you couldn't just download and get stuff online. But you walked into his store and could actually pick up a CD or a videotape of all comedy things, various comedy people.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was fun.
But then Flip.
So, it was more than just Craig Shoemaker.
Yes, Craig Shoemaker.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't the Craig Shoemaker store.
It was called the Laughter Store,
I think it was called that, yeah.
Laughter Heels is the
So that-
Craig, if you're listening, I hope I'm doing you justice. I love your programs. He's such an amazing comic and speaker. And so the store was actually called the Laughter Store.
Got it. Okay.
And that's where he sold the product. But in the back, he had a recording studio
Yeah.
Oh,
where
cool.
he filmed or recorded his radio show.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool.
I have a picture. I have a couple pictures from that show. So
Yeah.
we might see. I might see if I can dig those up. Maybe you're in one of them with me.
Ooh, creepy.
And were you
But
on
that's
it
where
with him, or were you helping write that at the time?
No, I think I was just on as a guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Craig brought me. I opened for him once. I went to his house. I think he got my name to somebody else, and of course I knew who he was. And I went to his house. Very nice guy. Met his wife. We drove, to one of the clubs in Orange County. Had good shows, but never really saw him after that.
So, we've never had you on the podcast before, and
Yes.
obviously you just headlined our Claremont Club, which was awesome,
It
to
was
great
great.
rave reviews.
Oh, thank you.
0 fares from guests. And by the way, if I may mention, they
Please.
also loved your wife, Miss Allison.
Please mention.
And she doesn't go by Schultz.
No, she's
Allison
Allison Weber.
Allison Weber. Lots of great comments on Allison.
Oh,
too.
very nice. Yeah, she was killing it out there. Yeah, it's fun because I met Allison her second time ever doing comedy. We happened to be on the same show. It was her second time ever doing comedy.
Where was it? What club? do you know?
Can I mention other clubs?
Of course,
Okay, I
of
don't
course.
know.
We're not like that here.
At the Improv in Hollywood.
Oh, that The improv. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was great.
Yeah, and she, you know, she was very green, very new at the time. And watching her, I knew she was very new, but you know, she had her spunky little attitude and everything. And then next month will be 8 years since we first met.
You're like, I'm going to make her my wife.
Actually, I'll tell you the story of our first words to each other.
Okay.
But I was just gonna say that seeing her, you know, her second time ever on stage, might as well have been her first. And how just, like I said, green and you know, sure of herself on stage, to where she is now, as you know, she's a fantastic comic and becoming just a great host too. And she proved that this week in Claremont. It's, you know, as a husband, I'm so proud, but as a comic, I'm like, Jesus, she's really
competition.
No, not competition.
I'm kidding.
That's the I see couples that break up all the time because of jealousy and envy.
Yeah.
And I know I'm better than her, so there's never anything to worry about there.
There's a lot of comedy couples.
There are. Actually, Allison and I, and do you know Dante and Rebecca?
Of course.
The four of us are going on a military tour in 2 weeks called the Couples of Comedy.
Oh, my God. I've been talking about doing a show called Comedy Couples forever. I could just name them. Do you want me to go start naming them? Do you want to hear all the comedy? No, I'm not going to give it away because then no one will come to me for the content. But I know a lot of comedy couples.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it was just it's an untapped kind of I hate saying market, but
are you guys starting to write jokes about each other? Because Dave and I did that, and it's fun. Actually.
It is fun. Oh yeah, well, I mean, I've been writing jokes about her from the beginning.
Right, but not saying it's her per se.
Right. Well, what we do, this is what's fun, and people in Claremont saw this, is like she'll go up on stage, and at this point she's got some good jokes about me, and she'll do it. Then I go on stage.
She just says like my husband. She doesn't really
just
say
says my husband.
Right.
And then I go on stage. I talk all about her and our marriage, and then at the end of the show, when I do my pitch and give it up to the wait staff, I kind of look at my watch and I'm like, hey, you know what? Actually, you know, my wife took the drive with me. I got some. Do you guys want to meet her? And the crowd is, yeah, let's meet her. I'm like, okay. I told her I might do this, and I go like, honey, are you here? And Allison goes from the darkness, yeah. I go, baby, come up here real quick. And then if she comes up, you just hear everybody going, no, oh my God.
What is wrong with her?
No, they think it's adorable, and we have this little.
I had to give my own self a drummer.
You have a portable drummer. That's fantastic.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
you can do it too if you feel the need, just because it's fun. So yeah, the crowd loves it because they're so into an intimate secret.
Exactly,
like
and they feel
like let them in.
Yeah, they feel like they've seen our marriage, and then they see us interact together. And we have a little banter that we do, and then this weekend. We tried something for the very first time. I'll give you a quick little background. I've started working cruise ships, and on the cruise ships, I've befriended some piano players. So what I do at the end of my set is a piano player comes on, and we do this little improv game where I get a suggestion of a style of music and a movie, and together we improvise a song about it. They play the music, and I make up the words. And I'm like, well, Allison plays guitar pretty well. If she can learn some basic styles on guitar, we could do that together. So she learned a few, and we tried it up in Claremont, and it killed. And I think it, not only because it was entertaining, but people love seeing a husband and wife really working together on stage, really being in the moment. So I think it's like she and I, as a comedic couple, I think took a big leap this past week.
Okay,
it's very exciting.
I need to dig into some deep questions.
Please dig away,
because I am a comedy couple myself. So
you and Josh, right?
Yes, Josh and I. Right. Dave and I have been together for a long time. We started doing comedy. We met in a comedy class. A lot of people don't realize that.
I didn't know that.
We actually met in a comedy class. I thought he was terrible. But then somehow he grew on me, and we became a couple. And we would perform a lot together. And this was the thing. I don't care what he says about me. Like, it doesn't bother me. Because, I mean, we all know how comedy works. It's like we take the truth and we spin it.
Right.
It's not like that's what actually happens.
But, but there's a germ of truth.
Yes, there's a germ of truth. So, but I don't really care. I say, for the laugh, I'll take whatever. But Dave was very sensitive about it. I had to run every joke by him first. Yes. So that's hard. Does any of that happen? Come on, tell me.
Honestly, no.
Oh, she's gonna be so grossly positive right now.
I'm sorry.
No,
like
good,
she, because again, when we got together, I had been doing comedy almost 20 years when we first got together. So I already knew my voice and I knew how to write for myself. So anything that came into my life, I was able to kind of filter through my comedic brain and
make into a bit. So almost immediately, she was part of my act, and she was flattered by it. She loved it, because she's also a big, loves the center of attention, just like me. And I'd been trying to get, because her act at the beginning was very just observational and just kind of silly, and I've been trying to say, like, you have a really interesting life. Dig into that, take some of that, put it on stage. Take me. We fight a lot.
Take my husband, please.
Yeah, I was like, because it's as a comic, it's great therapy when you can go up and talk about your relationship on stage, get a laugh out of it, and still feel like, okay, I expunged that frustration, and it in turn it helped with my creativity. I said, we fight all the time. You want to talk about me up there? Do it. Just start talking. And so she's finally started to talk about shit that I'm sorry, can I curse?
Yes.
Of course.
Fuck yes.
Okay, good. Shit, fuck, cock. Shit, fuck, cock, shit that I do. And sorry. And I love it. I'm back there just watching. I mean, she calls me out on a lot of my bullshit now, and I'm back there not embarrassed. I'm just like, good. You're finding your voice. You're really you're growing. It's wonderful.
Don't do this at home. But don't try this at home, lady. Look,
yes.
What?
Yeah,
can you give an example of your quote unquote bullshit?
And Allison probably doesn't even realize she called him out on it. He's hearing it going, oh, gosh, I do that.
Well, like one of her lines, it's kind of a more of a blanket line, but she goes, my husband and I have been together a little over 7 years, and I know why they call it the 7-year itch, because I want to scratch his fucking eyes out. And then she and
you're like, ouch, my eyes hurt.
My eyes are really hurting.
And she makes fun of the car I drive, which is it's been ripe for humor for a while.
Did you guys buy it together?
No,
or did you
I
have
had it before I met her.
Well, then rightly so, she should make fun of it.
Yeah.
What kind of car is it?
It's a powder blue PT
Oh
Cruiser.
my gosh! Yes, that should be made fun of.
And she has a
you
great.
You probably had to get it painted powder blue.
No.
Come on, manufacturers would not make a car that color.
In my defense, I got the car about 9 years ago. I was a struggling comic. It was cheap, and now it's paid for, and I'm running it into the ground. I was a little gay.
Okay.
Cars are always tailgating me. I think it's because they think it's a gay car. They just want to mount it from the back. But Allison, all right, good. That one's going in the act. But Allison, she says like, yeah, nothing. What did you say? Nothing dries up a vag like a PT Cruiser. I think PT stands for pussy torture.
Oh.
And it's that's the dirty show. Clean show. I think she says permanent turnoff.
Right.
But either way, it works. And I'm just back there going, good. Give me my business.
Yes. And
that's what you should do.
Oh, that's great. So, we haven't talked about how you got started in comedy. I was reading a little of your bio. It's kind of cute.
Yes.
When Flip Schultz was 8 years old,
8 years old,
he won. I don't know why I'm talking in an 8-year-old voice.
Well, no, Flip wanted us to do it in a British. Can you do it in British?
Yes, can you do it in British?
When Flip Schultz was 8 years old, he won a summer camp talent show by performing stand-up comedy. There was never a doubt in his mind that comedy would be his future.
Yes, it's very, very true. Very true. When I was a young 8-year-old lad, I was doing stand-up comedy on the middle school circuit.
Big circuit.
Big circuit. I don't want to brag. I once opened for Skippy the bubblegum chewing 8th grader.
Oh, how was he?
He could blow bubbles as big as your head. Hubba Bubba was the brand that he preferred. Yes, very good.
Yeah, CAA reps him now.
Was it?
CAA reps
He's
him
now. He's a YouTube influencer,
He is.
I guess. Yeah. But seriously though, how did you actually get started? I always love to hear. And do you remember one of your first jokes?
Oh God, yeah. This is, and that wasn't a lie. I was 8 years old the first time I did stand up in a summer camp talent show. I knew just very young, which is what I wanted to do. I was always a funny kid. I loved getting laughs. I just never knew you could do it as a profession. And then I saw Robin Williams live at the Met, and immediately went, that's what I want to do. So from like 8 to 18, I did talent shows, not really stand-up, more just performing, but comedic kind of bits. And then a month after I turned 18, it was December 13th, 1992. Coincidentally, Allison's 10th birthday. My wife's birthday falls on the same day I did my first open mic.
Pervert.
I wasn't dating her at 10. I waited till she was 14. So I just turned 18, and it was in this little bar. Do you remember Andrew Dorfman?
Yes.
Ann Keel? Do you ever know Ann Keel?
No, I know Andrew though.
Andrew, his original partner in the Uncle Funny's comedy club was this woman named Ann Keel, who ran a string of one-nighters called Uncle Funny's. So it was right by my house.
I do remember the Uncle Funnies.
And is this in California? Or
No, this was in Florida. This was in Sunrise, Florida.
Everyone uses the word uncle. It's a very funny
Uncle Funny's,
name.
Uncle
Clyde's,
Chuckles, Uncle Clyde's.
Yep.
Uncle Clyde's is the best, though.
Yeah, okay.
A month after I turned 18, I found out about this open mic because I joined an improv troupe, but there were some local comics who told me about this. It was right down the street from my house, so my whole family came out to this bar where they were the only audience. And this, I actually have this on video. This is my very first joke. I went on stage, and I got a dish towel from the bar, and I went on stage in a blazer and a tie, and I have the dish towel, and I go, "Can you guys see this?" And then I put it on the ground. I stood on it. I pointed to some guy at the bar. I went, "You're such an asshole. I hate you. You never listen to me. I'm always doing things for you. You never listen to me." I go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm on the rag today." And that was my first joke.
How did that go over?
As well as you think. As well as you'd think. You hear my father going, "Ah ha ha!"
I taught him that.
That was good.
That was my joke.
My dad actually taught when I was 8 and I was in the summer camp talent show. My whole act was doing like impressions.
Oh, okay.
And,
that's where that comes from. Because you do a lot of.
I
I
have an ear for some of. I don't do a lot in my act. But when I first went up there at 8, like I was doing, but like old impressions my dad taught me, like John Wayne, Wallace Berry, Carol Channing, Ronald Reagan.
Oh, do Carol Channing.
Oh God. It was just, diamonds are a girl's best friend. But
Hello,
at
Dolly.
8 years old, it was adorable. And I won that talent show, by the way.
Wow.
I won first place.
What did you
A
win?
trophy about this big that I
You
still
have
Still have it.
Oh, you should take a picture with that.
I have it. I have a picture with that.
That's
It's on my Instagram.
adorbs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still have that picture.
so
Still have that
cute.
trophy. Yeah. Oh, it's one of my most prized possessions.
What was the name of the summer camp? Kuyameka?
No, it was City of Sunrise. I don't know. It was called the Best in the West Talent Show. That's all I remember.
Was it a Jewish summer camp?
No. I beat all Goyim. I beat them all.
Impressive.
It was very yeah. Here's what's funny. My father, who was there with my aunt and some cousins, he didn't think I was going to win. He told me years later.
Prepared to give you
he said, "I was prepared to give you a hug and take you out and buy you ice cream, make you feel
Yeah.
better." And so when they called your name, even I was like, "Holy shit!" So
He won?
he won. Oh my
Question
God.
mark, question mark. Oh, how supportive.
So I've had that's where I've been so lucky.
Your parents, are
My-
they still with us?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
And do they support your comedy career?
110%.
And Allison as well now.
Allison
yes?
too, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Since I did
Is she
again,
making fun of her in-laws?
No, she wouldn't dare do that.
Darn! Come on, Allison.
I
get
make fun
to
of
it.
her mother on stage.
Oh,
'cause
really?
Her mother,
That's
I
funny.
love her to death, but
How
she's
do you
got.
not make fun of the in-laws?
You can't.
It's
But
so
she's got some little quirks about her. So and as a comic, you observe these and they're kind of like stick in your
Well,
mind.
I have some jokes. I'm not even married, but
That's like you said, everybody should have them. But she saw me do it one time, and she said, "Please don't do that anymore."
oh, see,
please."
I told you, there's the comedy couple truth coming out.
Well,
come
no,
on,
her
come
mom.
on.
That was her mom.
Oh,
who asked
her
me-
mom speaking through her? Oh, her
Allison
mom.
was like, "Oh, talk all you want about her," but then when mom saw it, she's very
No.
just like
Yeah.
shy. She goes, "Oh, please," and I'm like, "Okay."
People will think
yeah.
awfully of
me, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a joke, but
Does
I
she
get
talk
it.
like that? I don't know.
She actually,
She has a
Allison's
very
mom, and if
light
she's
voice.
listening, Barbara, I love you. I really do.
Her
But
name's Barbara?
Her name is Barbara. Yes,
Oh, I thought you were saying you love me.
I do love you.
Oh,
Barbara Weber.
Barbara's a
Barbara
great.
Weber.
Barbara's a great name. Does she go by Babs as well?
That sounds like an LA Law character. Can I say?
Barbara Weber.
Barbara Weber.
Barbara
Yeah.
Weber. Say
Barbara
that
Weber.
5 times.
Barbara
6.
Weber. Barbara Weber.
Barbara
Barbara Weber.
Barbara
Barbara Weber.
That's all.
Barbara Weber. Barbara Weber. Barbara Weber.
Uh-oh. She's going to
Barbara
tell
Weber.
you not to say that. Please don't talk about
Oh,
me.
please don't talk like that about me. Oh, Flip. Oh, I love you so much, but don't talk about me on stage.
We always say she. Do you
perfect.
ever see Edward Scissorhands?
Yes.
Mhm, yeah.
Remember
I love that
Diane
movie.
Weist's character from
Yes.
This is Edward, and he will be living with us.
That's who her mother reminds us of.
Oh, that's
Just-
wonderful.
Yeah, but she's so sweet.
I
I got
love
lucky.
that.
It's very nice. Oh, Flip, you're so wonderful.
Just so
Oh,
positive.
Flip.
That's where Allison gets it from.
Oh,
Oh,
Flip.
Flip. Oh.
What are your parents like?
Pricks, complete assholes.
Oh, Flip, please keep talking about me like that.
My parents are great. My parents, I get my sense of humor from my parents. They're both very silly, gregarious people. Like I said, been supporting me from day one. Retired teachers.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but that's where like a lot of my creativity. My brother too. My brother is he's in education as well. He's a head of guidance at a high school down in Florida. But he's also an incredible musician. So there's like creativity going throughout all our family. So it's I'm just the one who's maintained a career with it.
Are your parents on social media?
They
now?
actually are. Mom and Dad are on the Facebook.
Whew. They're just starting to get into it, though, right?
They've been in it for a little while. Dad doesn't do anything. Mom, occasionally I'll see a like from Mom, or she'll post a picture of her and my niece.
I'm a little older than you, and my dad is just starting to get into social media, and I have to say, not a good idea.
Is he on the Twitter?
Yeah,
Is he on Twitter?
He's
really?
still an egg, though.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if that really counts.
That's you can always tell.
Does
oh,
that
yeah.
count?
Old person.
Yeah.
Okay. And like this is how anal. Like on my Twitter, my little tagline, it says, "I love funny people and dogs, not necessarily in that order. Is anyone actually reading this?" And my dad's first tweet to me was, "Yes, I'm reading this." So I'm getting nervous. I'm a little nervous. Now I'm thinking, he's going to actually see things that I do and give me more criticism about them. So
You can't
I'm a
escape
little
him.
nervous.
There was a period of time where my parents were liking all my tweets, and then it just stopped.
It's too much work.
My parents are.
I've lost them as fans.
I don't think they'd even understand what Twitter or Instagram is. Like Facebook is enough for them.
Well, the other big issue is the Uber, because I have this great idea. And please, if you're listening, you remember this is copyrighted, what day it is. My dad needed a ride this weekend. I went down to San Diego, and I wanted him to come see me. I was judging the San Diego comedy competition.
Oh, cool.
And my dad's in San Diego. So I'm like, just come over to the club, and we can have dinner and at least say hi. And so he's like, well, I want to come, but I can't use, I don't have a smartphone, so I can't use Uber. But my grandmother's in Queens, New York, too. Same problem. She'll be out at 11 o'clock, and she can't get a ride home. You don't stand out at 11 o'clock as an old lady and try and get a ride.
Right.
But here's my idea. You ready?
Yep.
Uber Simple or Uber Call Box. And it's literally just a device that old people it's pre-programmed with their credit card, and all it does is call a ride. Am I right? Is this...
That's a good
And
idea.
they just press the button and the ride comes. It's got GPS on it, and that's it. They don't have to.
So it's like that old Life
Uber
Alert.
Call Box.
It's like that Life Alert,
Yeah.
except they go, like they hit the button, they go, I'm stranded and I can't get home.
I can't get up. Oh,
like I've
that's
fallen and I can't get up. I'm
Isn't-
stranded. I like it.
because old people I keep thinking old people are the ones who need Uber.
Yeah.
But they're not using it. So and
I think that's a great idea. Although they're gonna miss. Is this you, Bear? You, Bear?
you Bear, are you
You,
outside?
Bear? Is this life? Is life here?
Can you also handle heart attacks?
Just what if
if a medical emergency happens?
what if
Yeah.
somebody is an Uber driver and they drive a hearse and they come pick up
Right.
an old person
Maybe
and they're
we should
just like, you're early.
Maybe we should have Uber ambulance.
See, I'd be worried about.
Ambulance.
Ubulance. Oh my
I
God,
immediately,
that's
I
such a
immediately
great
go to the
idea.
worst case scenario. I just imagine that the Uber driver drives up and there's some punk teenage kid who's holding it, and you're like, "Oh, are you an old person?" Yeah.
Are
yeah,
you
I
my
am."
ride, Sonny?
And there's a pair of legs in the
Just in the
bushes.
dumpster or something. This is only supposed to be
Anyway,
the
sorry.
senior citizens. Well, I will be old one day, motherfucker. Now open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have all these people trying to cheat the senior discount, right? They're
Yeah.
Why
like,
would you assume? Now, why would you
I'm
assume that he
old.
was black? Now, wait a minute.
I'm
Wait a
old.
minute.
What? Did he?
could
I
be a
didn't say he was
He was
black. He
just
just
doing a-
talked like
he
that.
was just
You
doing a
assumed
voice.
he was black.
Right.
Racist.
Just because he talked like that.
My God.
These are good ideas.
These are
well,
great ideas.
sorry, I digress, but I was
it's
just
okay.
this social media thing with my dad is kind of
It's
every
stuck in
time
your
I
craw.
tweet now, I'm like, is my dad watching? You know,
You could just
Is
block
my
your dad.
I can, but then would he know?
He still has an egg. He
I
won't even
always
know he's
feel-
on Twitter anymore.
I feel weird about blocking people. I'm like, are they going to see that I've actually blocked them?
I don't think so.
I don't know all the criteria
I
amongst
think
all
if they
the
try to
social
follow
media.
you, maybe they'll say this person blocked you.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't want to be a
I'm posting a lot about.
a social bigot.
I'm starting to post a lot about Trump, and I'm liberal, and so I'm getting here. I'm starting to get conservative people kind
Yeah.
of responding.
And are you blocking them?
No, I'm not. I desperately need followers. I'll take anything.
I was going to say how un-Trumpian of you to not block
But here's
them.
the thing. I check Trump's
Un-Trumpian?
Twitter.
Is that a word?
Those are just
Did I coin
alternative
a new
followers.
phrase?
Those aren't real followers. They're alternative followers.
Let me ask you this, because I check Trump's Twitter because I want to see what he's tweeting, but I refuse to follow him. Is that so? I have to keep like searching for it, but I refuse to follow him.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's funny because like I'm trying not to watch the news or look anything up, especially politically this year because it's all bad. But every day I find myself just going to CNN.com because it leans more to the left or to the more to the. I hate saying truth.
I just followed CNN.com.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I just go to the website just to see
Give
what
me
the
the
main
info.
banner is.
Yeah.
And so I find CNN to be maybe a little left leaning, but more
Neutral.
Neutral. Thank you.
Bipartisan. Neutral.
But just for gits and shiggles, I went to Fox.com
Oh.
the other day. And what's crazy is I thought they were going to go like, liberal media, blah, blah, blah. And they were even like, Trump's going a little too far right now.
Yeah, I know. I
It's
saw
like,
that.
wow.
What?
Even Fox News is
Even
like,
Fox is like,
"Ugh."
we're going to take a step or two back and you just enjoy the sinking ship.
Actually, BBC.com is my favorite.
Oh, that's true.
We had
That's
some
probably-
development people from the BBC in here.
Because
Yeah,
they're the.
like
I think
those guys.
they're more informative. What bothers me about CNN sometimes is that it's so opinionated. They'll
Yeah.
lead with the opinion instead of just give me the facts.
So Flip, not to like totally digress, but I want to find out more about you because you
Yes.
did something very interesting recently that I quite enjoyed, which was you were a writer on Dana Carvey's new comedy special. And you didn't even tell us. I didn't even know until I watched it, and it was fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
How does something like we get a lot of new listeners here on this, I think, or new comedians listening to this podcast, and we always like to find out, how did you get into that? How did that come about? Did you know Dana before? Were you performing with him? And tell us about it.
I will tell you.
Please.
Basically, I met Dana back in 2008 when he was getting ready for his last HBO special. He was, I guess, running the special at one of the improvs in Orange County, like Brea or something. And the manager at the time, I'd worked the club, he knew me, and he knew I was a good comic. And he said, hey, I got Dana Carvey coming in for the weekend. Do you want to open for him? And I was like, yeah.
Comic Stream. Yep.
He's an icon. Icon. So I went down there, and I got there early. I'm in the green room. And Dana walks in, just a very unassuming, very nice,
he's
pleasant
adorable.
man. And he goes, oh, hey. I said, I'm Dana. I go, hi, Flip. I'm opening. Hey, nice to meet you. So I watched his set, and it was hilarious. And whenever I'm watching a comic, especially if the comic's nice, I'll write a tag down. I for whatever reason, I can sometimes ideas and lines just jump out at me. So I wrote down a whole bunch of ideas. And after the show, I said, I don't know if you take tags or ideas, but I got some. He goes, oh, yeah, what do you have? What do you have?
True comic.
True comic.
True comic when they
No
say
ego
yes.
about him.
Yep.
Very, very
What do you got?
open. Exactly.
Give it to me.
So I went through the list, and he liked a lot of them, and he wrote a lot of them down. He had his assistant with him, and he said, I appreciate this. If I end up using any of these, I'll give you like a special thanks in the credits. I was like, I just honored you think I'm funny. Thank you. So his special came out, and lo and behold, at the very end, he used 6 of my jokes.
Wow.
Because I went through and I marked down, he used that one, And at the very end, special things, da-da-da, Dennis Miller, Mark Pitta, Flip Schultz. And I was just like, holy shit, that's oh my God. So that was that. And then maybe we really just, I hadn't heard from him in years. And then it had to be about 2, maybe 3 years ago. I was working here at Flappers in Burbank,
and Dana was
in the
here.
Yoo-Hoo room, and Dana was here in the main room.
Oh.
And he was back in the green room, and so I just peeked my head back. I didn't even know if he'd remember me, and I just said, "Hey, Dana." He goes, "Hey, Flip, how are you, man?" And I was like, "Holy shit, you remember me?"
That was a good Dana impression too, by the way.
Hey, how are you? Come here. And we caught up for a second, and he said, "So are you in the little room?" I go, "Yeah." And he'd never seen the Yoo-Hoo room. He saw it. He's like, "Oh, this is a great little space." So he came up here. He's doing his act, and again, a couple of ideas came. So I wrote them down, and he really liked them. And I think he emailed me the next week saying, "Hey, that joke really worked well." I said, "Oh, good. I hope the other ones work too." And then,
are you like freaking out when
I'm
you get
freaking
that email?
yes, you
I'd
see
be
Dana
like,
Carvey, you're like,
I better
I'm like
better
save it. I'm
answer
saving
this.
it. I'm saving it.
Yeah.
And then
email it to someone, save it,
No.
just archive it.
just archive, screenshot. Look who
Right.
knows me.
Get my glasses. Is this right? Is this right?
And like another week or two later, he emailed me and said his sons, Dex and Tom,
Ah,
have started
adorable.
to do comedy. And he said, I really enjoy how you write. You're very structured. You got a good style. I think they could learn a
help
lot from
them.
you. He actually said, can I pay you to come over and write with them? And kind of, I think he used the word mentor, which is a big stretch. But I was like, absolutely, I'll do it for free. I don't care. So I went to his house. I started going to his house and meeting with the kids. And, they had this bit. And I said, I think this might be better. And it's just about structure, maybe wording and everything. And a couple of jokes Dana had, I, pitched in on. And then we did that for about a month or two. And then one time I showed up and Dana said, so, I have this Netflix special that I'm getting ready for. Can I just hire you? Can I just pay you and you be on staff?
I'm a little busy.
No, because he liked the way that we collaborated, which is
Yeah.
incredible. I said, it still shocks me that happened. And
So
he basically
fun.
paid me a lump sum, and I still have a copy of the check. And I went to his house, and probably over a course of about 3 months, we met up like once, twice a week, unless he was on the road or I was on the road, and we did it through email. And we had his act out. We had bits and index cards, and I said, well, I think this bit might flow better if you put it here and this here, and then we were going over bits. And I'll tell you one of the coolest moments. Do you remember if the special, it's on Netflix, the closing bit
Yeah.
about Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney talking to
Yes.
each other? I'm sorry, Paul McCartney and John Lennon, Paul McCartney talking to John in heaven. Dana just had a very small piece of that written. And I said, I think there's more you can do with it. So we were just riffing, just in his house, just, I'm like, well, John, I think, and, just going back and forth. And we just, within that, this idea came out of it, and it blossomed into what the whole closing bit is in that special. And to see it on the special and know that just came organically from us just bouncing off each other was so fucking cool.
He does impressions, and so when you were writing and playing around with voices and things and being silly like that?
Yeah, it's just, like we're... Again, he's got
That's
like
such a great way to write.
That's the only like official writing. Well, no, I wrote for a show in Vegas too, but that's like the first comic I've written with, and I hope all writing experiences are like that because it was just so much fun. Yeah, I mean everything that happened on the special came from Dana. They were all his ideas. I might have just come in and said, "What if you go this way?" Or we riffed back and forth, and something blossomed out of that. But yeah, just from just going into a character, going, what if you do like this, or blah, 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 blah.
I love the stuff about his sons.
Yeah,
so good.
Bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, bunch of fucking bullshit. Bunch of fucking bullshit.
I thought that would have been a better name for the special.
I know.
Bunch of Dana Carvey, bunch of fucking bullshit.
After I'd watched it, I couldn't stop saying it.
Bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, Dave was like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, I saw this. You have to watch it now to understand
it's called
what that...
Dana Carvey, straight male... oh my
Straight
God.
white male?
Straight white male 60.
Yeah,
Straight white male 60. And the coolest thing, because Dana,
I try to watch a lot of specials just to see kind of what they're doing. And I have to be honest, I can't quite get through all of them because it's just, I don't know. I see so much comedy.
I'm
but
the same way.
I'm not kidding. It felt like it was 5 minutes. That's when you know it's really good, right?
Absolutely.
When the time...
It just flows.
It's just like, what? It's over? Oh, that's how I felt when I was done. And then I saw your name at the end and was like, yes!
What was incredible about that, Dana said,
I think he said he thanked Flappers, too, or something.
Did he?
Like for a venue or something. I can't remember if it was in that one or... Well, I'm imagining that he did, but... I don't know. Someone watch it and email me and tell me. No, I don't know. He's been so nice to us.
Oh, he really is the nicest guy.
Yeah, he did on stage here. He did the bit about how he came up with the church lady. Yeah, and he let us put that on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So if you're curious how he came up with the church lady, he will tell you on Flapper's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
How sweet was that?
Oh, it's great. That's what's so fun too. Is like I've been working with him for a couple of years now, and now when I go to his house or whatever, he lets me in. Hey, how you doing? We catch up like friends.
Yeah.
And now he's not Dana Carvey. He's just my buddy Dana.
Yeah.
But every so often we'll be sitting there, and in the back of my mind I go, "That fucking Garth, that's the church lady, and he knows me, and I'm talking to him. Oh my God."
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's
Last night, Rob Schneider was here.
Oh, wow.
Rob Schneider and Jeff Garland.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff's another one.
Yeah,
He's
and
been nice to
it's
me.
weird to think, these are guys that I'm a huge SNL fan.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
I watch SNL even now. So proud of our Melissa Villaseñor
Yes.
on there now. We
Oh,
all know so well.
Yes.
And it's hard to believe that someone we know like that is on
It's
SNL.
on SNL, I know.
But now these guys are all coming into Flappers, and I get to meet with them, and it's really, they're great people. They're just
Yeah,
nice people.
yeah.
And in the back of my head, though, I'm like, wow, I grew up watching
you.
that.
Oh, I know.
They're legends.
I remember quoting the church lady in middle school. And now
could it be?
Could it be Satan?
I don't even give it credit, but
yeah. But now,
So good.
now, like again, we're like sitting around his table, and he'll talk about, oh yeah, church lady. Well, that because I was
Blah, blah,
talking
blah,
blah,
blah.
and he just goes into it. And I'm like, you're freaking doing it right there. Oh my god.
So cool.
Yeah, but again, and you both can attest, he's just the nicest guy.
Yeah.
I cannot stress that enough.
I have to just add this because it's on another podcast, I think. But when I have the greatest story about when the first time he came to Flappers, he was in the green room, and I was excited to say hello. And is there anything you need before you go on stage or whatever? And he had a piece of paper, and he just out of nowhere he goes, "Put out your finger." And I'm like, I didn't understand. He goes, "Close your eyes. Put out your finger." I'm like, what is going on? So do it, Flip. Close your eyes. Put out your finger. All right. Now poke ahead. That's it. That's the first bit I'm going to do. Right there. You picked it. So if it fails, it's all your fault.
Oh, that's great.
And that was like
that was
my
your intro to
first
Dana?
And he did. He went on stage. He did that bit. So he had all his jokes written out on a piece of paper, totally obviously wanted to deregulate.
Oh, yeah.
And just,
Well, he does that a lot. He'll have like
It's great.
scrap paper with jokes, and he'll
Yeah.
just hand them out to the front row, going, pick
Pick
something
one.
on the
That's
that's what
such
I love too. Is he's so just in the moment and free form, and that's how I think comics. That's how some of our best bits come to be. It's just when you're in the moment and something hits you or something happens, you react to it, and it creates this tidal wave or avalanche of material.
Well, that's why comics need to get on stage as much as possible.
Absolutely.
I mean, even every Sunday, Jeff Garland comes here now. Every Sunday at 7 o'clock, you can come see Jeff Garland here.
Except this Sunday, it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, except he's not in the Super Bowl. I mean, not in the Super Bowl, but or
Not in the Super. I can't do it, Jeff.
he
Garland.
might be. I don't know. But
Jeff and I are from the same hometown.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jeff. I met Jeff, and I want to say 2008 as well, maybe 7. We were working in Tampa, and here's where I'm going to sound like an uncomedic person. I have never seen an episode of Curb.
Oh.
I knew of it. I knew he was on it, but I knew him instinctually from Daddy Daycare, where I'd seen commercials for it. So he walked in, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah." And where are you from? Oh, I'm from Florida. Oh, me too. Where? On the East Coast. We're on the East Coast. He goes,
Oh,
"Oh,
so
it's a
you're
little
not-
town you wouldn't know it, Plantation." I go, "I'm from Plantation." He goes, "What?" And so we just had this instant
Ooh,
connection.
Plantation grows good comedians.
I'll tell you who else was from
Who?
Plantation. Wayne Fetterman,
Yep.
also from Plantation. Maybe not from Plantation, but
What are
South
they
Florida.
putting in the plants in Plantation? Hmm?
Very- you beat me to it.
Got it.
Brian and Dennis Regan are both from the South Florida area.
No.
Mitch Hedberg started down there.
Stop.
And Brett Ernst
What?
and I went to high school together.
No.
He was 2 years ahead of me, but we never met
insane.
because he was.
And who got voted class clown?
I don't
you?
think we had a
No?
class
Neither
clown.
of you?
No. That's some popular kid who was probably on the
An
committee.
asshole.
I was, yeah,
Not-
I was a shy
Not
little drama
necessarily
geek.
funny.
I was a drama geek, but yeah,
Yeah.
Brett and I, when we started,
that's funny.
started doing open mics down there, I met Brett, and come to find out, not only did we go to high school together and never met, he used to date the girl that babysat me when I was a kid.
Wow.
The girl that lived 3 houses down from me in my old neighborhood. Brett was dating her while I was in high school.
So you obviously you've worked and known. You got on the Last Comic Standing.
I was on Last
That-
Comic Standing
that-
as myself and Skippy Green.
Oh,
Probably the
yes.
only comic to ever be on Last Comic Standing
so
as 2
you-
different people.
Our listeners may not know you do a character.
I have a character named Skippy Green.
Yes.
Skippy Green.
Can they look him up somewhere?
SkippyGreen.com
Go
or
ahead, plug.
Actually,
lickmyballs.cc.
Would it be possible to maybe interview
Hear a
Skippy
little?
Green a little bit for a moment? Is he here?
Oh.
Hello. How are you? I had a turn.
Hi, Skippy.
Bob, oh, it's good to see you.
Are you
Very
going
good
to talk
see-
about my balls or your balls?
Well, I haven't seen your balls in about 22 years. I assume the lower. Good. I need that a lot. Josh Schneider, good to see you. Josh, let me tell you, by the way, Josh, I've seen your act. Don't listen to anybody else, you know. I could stand here, I could say, sure, sure. When they say, Josh Schneider isn't funny. Josh Schneider doesn't know how to write jokes. Josh Schneider wouldn't know comedy if it fucked him in the ass. I could sit here and I could say these things. Anyway, Barbara, how are you? How are you? You good?
I'm good. I'm
Fantastic.
afraid to talk to you, Skippy.
Don't be afraid. I don't bite.
Skippy, when did you start doing comedy?
Yeah.
I started doing comedy in 1937.
You look good.
I know. Years ago, my doctor said to stay healthy, I should only eat fruits and vegetables. That's why to this day, I only go down on gay guys and coma patients. Cobot!
That was a good one.
I know. I got a few of those. Did I tell you I want to buy a racehorse? I'm going to name it Scarlett Johansson. Ask me why.
Why?
What would you want to come in first?
Oh. Wow.
What is your writing?
Too soon?
What is your writing process like, Skippy?
Please tell us.
There is no process when you're great, Josh. There is no process. You just look at the world and go, there's a bit. I'll give you, here's an example. Give me any topic.
Cars.
All right. Different strokes. 1986. Me and Gary Coleman split the cost of a hooker. So she's knelt down between the two of us. She's jerking me off with the right hand, doing a great job. Not very ambidextrous, so she's kind of off rhythm with the left. So I turn to Gary Coleman. I go, hey, Gary, isn't this funny? We're getting different strokes. That's how I write. That's a bit about a car, right? Sure.
So what is your collaboration like with Flip Schultz?
Flip is he's a talented little gay guy. I don't work with him that often.
Oh.
I really don't.
I see. How about his wife, Allison?
Oh, I fuck her all the time.
Oh.
All the time. Great lady. Oh, great lady. Flip. Not you. Really. Flip Schultz, what a prick. No, I'm serious. It's hard, not too veiny, not hairy. Really, what a prick. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Skippy, are you, what comics have influenced you the most? I guess we should find out, huh?
Well, there was the old silent movie star, Schmecky Sheboygan, who was an incredible influence.
Schmecky
Sheboygan.
Good old Schmecky.
Gosh, Schmecky. He had this great bit. You know how they used to do the thing where they go, makeup, and you hit him in the head with a powder puff? Schmecky would go, makeup, and then some chick would come on with lipstick and just like shove it up his nose, and then, he'd pull his pants down and piss on her. It was a great bit. Schmecky. The sound guy's taking it. You could tell Chris likes to be pissed on. Much like our president.
Oh, Skippy.
You ever take a nice Trump, just pushing? Ooh, it was huge. I took a very big Trump dump. It was huge. I call it a poo-Putin.
It's so weird doing Skippy without being in the outfit, especially knowing I'm on video that I suddenly do this and, hey, no, it is.
Yeah.
You know what's fun, though, with Skippy? Like, I have opened for myself as Skippy before.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I've featured as Skippy and then headlined as myself.
Love that.
And what's great is 95% of the audience has no idea.
Are you kidding?
I shit you not. I've had people come up to me.
Well, the voice is very different.
The voice is different, but, all I'm doing is basically wearing different clothes, a hat,
but you
a cigar.
Seem, Flip seems very young and youthful and energetic.
And Skippy is,
very
bitter,
doesn't move. He's
dirty.
very kind of slow and deliberate.
You get all of your alter ego out in that character, right?
Every dark, dirty joke that I come up with, and I'm like, this is too. I know I can't get away with this. I give to Skippy.
Oh, perfect.
And that's what's great about having an alter ego who not only is completely different from you. So as an actor, it's like a nice stretch, but it's also the material is so against what I am that I have an outlet for both sides of my writing brain,
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
It really is. It's fun.
Well, Flip Schultz.
Barb Holiday.
I don't know.
I almost called you Barbara Weber.
Oh, stop. Barbara Weber. You can call me Babs.
Babs.
You do call me Babs, actually, sometimes, don't you? Haven't you?
I think you recently told me about the Babs thing, so... No,
don't
about calling
say it
you
on
Babs.
The air. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Right.
About saying, you can call me Babs, but I've been calling you Barb or Barbara for so long that...
Yes.
But do you want me to call you Babs?
No.
Okay, then I'll just call you... I call you Barb. How about I call you Cynthia?
Oh, that's perfect.
I got my hand on a knee.
Perfect.
This is how you get to headline.
Oh my God, I just had an orgasm. That's the most excitement I've had in a long time. I don't even know
Dave,
what
I gotta give you
voice
some
I'm
tips.
doing right now. It's somewhat between a British and well, if you didn't have the opportunity to see Flip Schultz in our Claremont Club last weekend, you should be disappointed.
Yes, you should.
But you can find him on the web at...
flipisfunny.com.
Oh, that's perfect.
And I'll be headlining here, the main room, in June.
That is correct. Do you have the dates on you?
Yeah, they're on my website.
Aha.
I think it's the first or second week of June. It's early June. That's what I remember. First or second week. But it's at flipisfunny.com.
And we do get Allison then, too, don't we?
I believe so. I believe Allison will be on the show. So maybe even Skippy will stop by and do a guest spot.
A plethora of talent.
Have the whole family here.
Sounds like fun. Thanks so much, Flip.
Oh, thank you guys.
And Joshua, who is in our Claremont Club this weekend?
Oh my goodness, we have Dave Reinitz from This American Life and the Jimmy Dore Show, who will be
And
on in Claremont this Friday and Saturday.
you want to hear some shit about Trump?
That is the place to go. Also, we have Celebrity Drop-In Tuesday tomorrow night, hosted by Shantae Wayans from MTV. You never know who might be dropping in.
And
Last week it was Joey Diaz. The week before it was Bill Burr.
Yep.
The week before that it was Craig Shoemaker.
Yes.
You ever heard my
Yes.
Joey Diaz impression?
No, do it.
Hey, you fucking cocksuckers, you motherfucking cocksuckers. Let me tell you. All right, you fucking... I got cats, and people say, you fucking fag with cats. I'm not a fucking fag, you know what I'm saying? I just fucking love cats. I give my cat some fucking blow. She's like, oh, motherfucker, I want to fucking do it.
That's pretty good. I know Joey, and that's
Thank you. Thank you very much.
that's a drum
And
roll.
then Bill Burr comes in. Hey, you know what fucking bothers me about all that shit?
And then here's Jimmy Schubert. Hey, I got to...
Sorry.
Perfect. I thought you weren't that good at impressions.
Well,
Come on now.
man,
You're
man.
Actually,
pretty
if we can't
darn
get any of them, we'll just get you to do them.
good. Yeah, if they don't show up, we'll call you, and
It'll
you
be
could do the whole
like the
act.
Joey
their
Diaz
whole-
tribute show, starring Flip Schultz as Joey Diaz.
Hey, I do want to mention one other show this week that's pretty cool. I mean, tonight we're doing the Jimmy Dore podcast, and it's almost sold out. It is sold out.
Yes.
So political
Fantastic.
comedy is hot this next 4 years.
Very,
And,
it's huge. Political comic, very huge. Very
And
huge.
then Thursday, we actually have a group called I Mom So Hard. It's a hilarious duo of
Oh,
ladies.
they were on
I Mom
the
So Hard.
Gong Show audition, weren't they?
No, that was
No,
Mommy Talk.
that's a different one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I Mom So Hard is almost sold out as well. So if you're
Oh,
listening to this,
fantastic.
literally, there's like maybe 10, 15 tickets left. So get them now. And then next weekend.
Well, also here's another thing too.
So many things to
listen,
promote.
listen.
Yeah.
We have this Friday and Saturday. So
Uh-huh.
Friday we have Jeff Dye, and Saturday Jeff Dye from
MTV.
MTV.
Yeah.
And Chris Red from Popstar.
Ooh,
but we
first
have
time here.
Yes, we have a new texting service though.
Oh,
and here's the
gosh.
thing:
Oh.
insider information, folks.
Yep.
If you text Burbank to, I want to make sure I got the text just right.
766-26.
Yes, if you text Burbank to 766.
I said it right. 766.
You don't know. Josh has a thing with sixes. Sixes killed his grandfather in the war. That's why
There's
he's
3 6s in it, but not in a row.
But if you yes, 766.
Come to the Satan show here at Flappers.
766-26. If you text Burbank
Burbank.
to that, you will get a link for a special offer to see Jeff Dye on Friday or Chris Red on Saturday or both.
We just started this new texting service, and we're only texting you big names and really cool things. It's not every
Flip
week.
Schultz level comics.
It's like 2 times a week, maybe, just big stuff only. Maybe if Skippy comes, we would
Well,
text him about Skippy.
Skippy's
So,
huge.
and then also, if you want to get on the Claremont text list, if you're in the
Yes.
Inland Empire, Rancho Cucamonga, or even if you're in Burbank, people go back and forth.
Yes, if you text Claremont to
766-26, the
Seven-
same number.
you will actually get a special offer to see Tracy Ashley on Valentine's Day in Claremont.
VD Day. VD Day, that's what I call it.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
We give a condom to the girls and a rose to the guys.
Right.
That's what we do on Valentine's Day.
I just give my girl
you like that?
VD.
All right. Perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've run out of time.
Oh, well,
It
this was
went-
fun.
It went like 5 minutes, just
Yeah,
like
just
the
like
Dana
Dana's
Carvey
special.
special. But I hope you'll come back and join us again.
Anytime.
And Flip is here at Flappers all the time, so
Yeah.
check our website. You got to come see him and definitely when he's headlining here.
And join us for the Super Bowl this Sunday. Super Bowl viewing party in the main room.
No lines. We have a big screen and 2 side TVs. $15 all-you-can-eat buffet.
What?
$10 to get in. For $25, just sit in here from 2 o'clock till whenever
Till
the
game
Patriots
over.
lose. And we'll go from there. Thanks, everybody, for listening to another exciting episode of the Flapcast. I'm Barbara Holliday.
I'm Joshua Snyder.
And we're
Going to be
Skippy?
impeached in a month.
out.
We're out.